The attack on the male gamers continue. It's you guys! You guys in the chat. Gamers guy. Male gamers. Apparently liking this is toxic. New egg unlock. Watching my boyfriend play games. It's new egg, guys. No.
Just, I don't know, in my opinion, I think that, I don't know, there's something a little bit childlike about it, a grown man to be playing games, and it is a huge turn off for me, and I'm bloody glad my man doesn't play video games.
I don't have anything meaningful to say about this. I just want to tell her to shut up.
Oh. Nice.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. And as per usual, before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by Menukora. And of course, by my company, Lions Tea Exchange. In addition
Oh
to-
shit, okay, sponsor. I'm sorry, lady, but I really want to see your video. Nice tea, by the way.
Okay, back to the video. Now, I know I'm slightly late to this conversation because it took place a couple weeks ago, but
Really? 3 months ago. That I'm more late, yeah.
a lot of things were also happening during that time. Like the mystery of who is eating the cats.
They're eating the dogs.
Oh.
The people that came in, they're eating the cats.
And I needed to show you all
That's
my
old
breakdancing
news.
prowess, okay?
Oh shit, nice move, lady. There's
Now,
Wukong,
like
by
I
the way,
said
on the
a few
screen.
weeks
Nice.
ago, the conversation, or the debate, if you will, around men playing video games being unattractive was once again resurrected. This has been going on for quite some time,
Why is
but
that a thing?
periodically, someone, somewhere, for some reason, brings it back up. And every time this happens, it seems that people want to congregate around the idea that men playing video games is bad, and gaming is bad overall. Say the people who probably like crocheting or something. Depressingly, when I started looking for
What's that? Sorry, guys. Overwatch? Sorry, I don't play. Pew pew, yeah.
videos on this issue, I actually came across this bizarre
Why is the girlfriend like sliding a bit of the door just to film her boyfriend playing games? Just open up the door, I guess. Wallow?
trend
Okay,
on
Wallow.
TikTok where women
Sorry,
say that they're
Velo.
men being
Valorant? Oh, what the fuck is Wallow? Valorant, okay. Listening to your man on his headset. Is that misspelled, guys? His? H-I-S? Wait, she can't spell. Just like me. H-I-X? Yeah, his? Xbox Pulse egg activated. Okay.
happy while playing games gives them the ick. So there's that.
Shut up, kill yourself.
Just launch me to Jupiter at this point. Anyway, this time the conversation started when conservative commentator
who's that
Liz
again?
Wheeler posted a graph of the hobbies women reportedly find the least attractive. At the top of the list was playing
Least attractive hobbies for men according to women. Playing video games. Collecting figurine. Magic tricks. Why is that not attractive? Sorry, what? This is 100% true. Men playing games is fake unattractive. Beyond red flag. Beyond cheating, really? Like deal breaker zone. It's weird that so many dudes just don't get this. What? Online trolling. Unattractive. Man, I don't like my man online trolling, guys. It's just a big ick for me. Gambling. Shit, XQC, rest in peace. Building model trains. Why is that bad? It's just a hobby. Building model trains. Taxidermy. I have no idea what's that. Comic book collecting. Bird watching. That's the thing. Okay.
video games, followed by collecting figurines, magic tricks, and online trolling. But apparently, we all love a good bird watcher. So that's a win for the birdophiles.
Man,
I have
you like
absolutely
birds,
no
guys,
idea
then.
what bird enthusiasts are called.
What are...
Birder.
Birder.
Well, at least that's memorable. I guess that's an improvement on what the train people are called.
Birder, I see.
Hooter tutors. This graph, which obviously is not based on real
You learn
evidence,
new
was
stuff
posted
every day,
along
guys.
with Wheeler's commentary, which read, "This is 100% true. Men playing video games is peak unattractive, beyond red flag, like deal breaker zone. It's weird so many dudes don't get this." You want to know what I don't get? Why it's taken me so long to hear about the wonderful sponsor of today's video,
Another sponsor,
Menukora.
lady?
I have
Lady, how many sponsors do you have? She's grinding, guys. What? This is like second sponsor. Yo,
which
let's
I
go.
think is pretty. After a huge amount of pushback, Wheeler followed up with a few additional posts, including another tweet where a woman wrote, "Women don't dislike video games because they're geeky. We dislike them because they're
Yo, come on. All right. Not we, just you. All right. Don't voice your opinion just like, like including all the women here, okay? All right, just saying.
social and consumption based. Like if a woman said TikTok or online shopping was her hobby. Hobbies should include actually doing, making, or learning something.
Like you tweeting on Twitter right now, voicing your opinion, doing and making something, I guess.
Last time I checked, gaming is doing something? What is this? What am I even reading
You're
here?
using your brain
Doubling
cell,
down
guys, when you
even
play
further,
games.
Wheeler
It's
also
good
wrote
exercise.
that video games are sedentary, consumptive, fantasy steeped in immorality that have serious negative real-world side effects on the men who play them. This tweet was very long, so I'm just going to summarize the generality of it, which was that video games
Okay, she's gonna summarize, but I'm gonna read it, alright? 4 in 10 American men between the age of 18 to... Where do you get this information again? Play between 1 to 3 hours of video games every day. That's a lot. Maybe a bigger problem than I realized when I posted the meme. Yes, a meme. Do you have to write that 2 times? Some of you all need to loosen up and laugh at the funny meme that triggers you. Yes, ma'am. But video games are net negative on society when you measure the increase in aggressive behavior, desensitization of to violence, anxiety, mood disorder, social adjustment difficulties, nightmares, sleep disorder correlated to gaming. Where do you get this fact? It's pretty simple. Women are attracted to men based on men's ability to protect, provide, produce, and procreate. Procreate. Hobbies that illustrate that ability are attractive to women. Hobbies that do not are not. And yes, of course, there are toxic hobbies women have too. TikTok online shopping. Why? She keeps saying TikTok online shopping like a red flag. Again, I have never played TikTok. Sorry, guys. I do not know how to use that. Real Housewives. But this was never about a war between the sexes. Then why do you start the conversation going on against men that men again, important point, man that plays video game. If this is not about war against sexes. It was never an attack on men. Aw, I love you all. Aw, but I hate men that play games. I love you all though, yeah. That's why I want you to stop playing video games and laugh at the hilarious meme. I mean, did you see the part about taxidermy? What the
are net negative on society based on the
Hey,
fact that they reportedly
Chat, I love you all. But some of you kind of weird. But I love you all though.
lead to aggressive behavior.
Like, what the fuck is the back and forth
desensitization
going
to
on?
Violence, anxiety, mood disorders, and so on and so forth. She also asserts that women are attracted to men based on a man's ability to protect, provide, produce, and procreate. Hobbies that illustrate that ability are attractive to women. Hobbies that do not are not. Not to be a jerk, at least not intentionally, but isn't reading sedentary? And isn't buying random female crap for your house consumptive? Do you want to go and have a conversation with the immoral smut-reading ladies over on Book Talk? Would you like to have a word?
There's a book
I really
talk?
don't mean to be so sarcastic about all of this. It just really irritates me.
Yeah.
Of course, the icing on
It's
the
just
cake
annoying.
here is the entire live stream that Wheeler decided to make about this topic, addressing the blowback that she'd received and saying that lots of people were unkind to her about it and she didn't like that.
Is
Which
she gonna
honestly,
cry?
like, yeah, fair enough. This video is really long and she burned through a lot of points very quickly and we don't have time to
I
unpack
appreciate
them,
the highlight.
But I overall felt
Thank
really
you, lady.
irritated watching Wheeler's live stream, and my takeaway was just generally, tell me you've never played video games without telling me you've never played
here we
video
go.
games. She again brought up that it makes people more desensitized and prone to violence because apparently we're resurrecting 90s talking points. I don't know. I thought we were over this. Look, I don't know Liz personally, and so I don't want anyone to perceive this as me attacking her because she seems like a nice lady. But I
Really?
do find her opinion and this extended opinion really frustrating. I think there's a trend on the right side of politics where some conservatives
Yeah,
in
maybe.
particular,
Okay, I didn't watch the show. I don't know how to, like, I have no idea, alright? Maybe she just don't know anything about video games, yeah. So she has this, like, negative opinion surrounding it instead of, like, really study how game works and what game actually is.
like to fully reject and stomp on really important cultural and entertainment-based mediums. And even if the intention behind that is a noble one, I still think it comes
I doubt
across
that,
as
but, you know.
really controlling and fun policing. Listen, even people with daddy issues don't want to be parented this hard. I mean, they do want something hard, but it's not parenting.
Oh,
All of this to say, in the
Girl.
long run, I don't think it's very helpful. And I'm sure some of you will disagree with that, and that's okay. Feel free to scream at me in the comments.
No!
what did she say?
No!
Oh,
Anyway,
screaming.
About a
Okay.
week later, another video popped up where a woman called Bex from the radio show 102
Why
Philly
women hate
was
video
similarly
games.
articulating why she doesn't like men playing video games. She said that it was lazy and generally unproductive.
But the whole gaming thing,
What's the problem? Jacqueline has this big problem too, because
it's just lazy. It feels like unless you're getting paid, and there's a line, right? Like it's cool if you want to do it every so often, but to me, I'm like, go educate, like go do something productive.
but what is the problem? Like, Jacqueline has a big problem with it.
Go educate. Like scrolling Instagram? Is that it? Guys. I would rather guys play video games instead of like scrolling social media, like brain rot, guys. And then like 30 minutes pass. Oh shit, I forgot I need to do something, yeah. I think it's fine for you to play games. It's fine.
Dude, whenever she hears the PlayStation start up, like I gotta
Here
hear
we
the
go.
huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
But
Why did
if
she have
we
to
were-
say
if
that?
I were to just have TV
Here
on,
we go.
you'd be on TikTok as it is, not
Because
paying
it's
attention.
not that-
So why does it bother you?
Because it's not the distraction of me being on TikTok and us watching TV. It's what you could be doing with that time.
There it is, and that's it. I knew it.
She would rather the guy watch TikTok with her.
I knew
Well,
it.
you could-
You women want to task us so
no,
bad
no.
that you're so pissed
no,
that we're taking
no,
time
no.
from doing something.
No.
Wait a minute, you're enjoying things? You have time to do this video
see,
game?
here's the thing
Ah,
is-
here's all the things you
But
could be
here's
doing.
the thing, you're enjoying it, but you could also be planning something nice for us. You know, like
Like I mentioned, this is not the first time that this type of criticism has come up. A couple years ago, three
Okay.
more women got a lot of heat online for making fun of men who game, with one of the women even suggesting there's a correlation between gaming and being bad in the bedroom or having small male genitalia.
I'll be honest with you.
What?
If I think of the top 10 best dicks I've ever had, they didn't play video games. So I'm convinced video games are for mediocre
Well,
dicks.
I grew up as a gamer, so it was
I ain't
okay
gonna-
with it. That was
I
quite
just
all right with me.
but
I got
don't-
excited
I don't know
too.
what grown man is spending that much time playing video
There's
games.
a lot
that
of
really-
grown men spending a lot of time
And
on
I
this
don't think that
bullshit.
they're
a lot.
I don't think that you could be a great partner or a great lover as a grown man spending time playing video games.
If you're like,
Go- Oh my god, her face. Nice reaction, yeah. What? Sex? Why did she say that?
This is such a weird statement.
What?
Do you
Yeah.
always judge the appropriateness of a hobby based on man pickles and their performance? Is this a legitimate metric? Why are people like this? I mean it. Put me in the cannon and launch me to Jupiter. So I have a very vested interest in this topic, both as a woman and as a person who plays video games.
Same.
So I do feel that it is pretty important to come to the defense of male gamers, and I guess just really any gamer in general. Because if the criticisms that I've so far highlighted in this video are anything to go by, I think people's perceptions of this industry and those who enjoy games are completely off base. And I think it's generally wild to say that gaming is not a hobby, and if it is, it's one that's overall unattractive to women. Because I would
Basically,
argue-
very like close-minded. They'll be like, "Oh, gaming is like pew pew pew." Yeah, there's a lot of game genre. Again, like recently, there's a famous game, Infinity Nikki, right? Even guys enjoying that dressing up game is cute. Like again, close-minded gatekeeping is that even gatekeeping? But anyway, yeah. Basically, rate men be like, oh, you gamers, you are nerds. Yeah, basically that, guys. You are nerds if you play games.
In many, many cases, that is not true. I mean, first and foremost, the gaming industry as a whole has changed dramatically over the last few
Here we
decades.
go, yes.
And video games have accelerated in scale and quality during that time too. Rather than games appealing to a small portion of people, now anyone anywhere can play them.
Yes,
which is why the industry
explore
has become so
your
enormous.
taste, guys.
There are so many different stories being told, so many different ideas being explored, and let's remember, importantly, that the amount of women playing games has
my God,
also
not this
grown
game.
more and more, and is continuing to do so.
I don't have
And no, Animal
nice
Crossing
memory
and
about
The
that.
Sims don't count as gaming. Please stop this. Point being, video games themselves and the gamers who play them come in all forms, and I don't think it's fair to tar everyone with the same brush. With that said, I do understand
True,
why some
yes.
people, some being the operative word, find gaming to be an unattractive hobby, and I think there's a number of reasons for that. Number one, when most of us millennials were growing up, which is what our friend Liz Wheeler is, we were only really then starting to see sort of a shift in the way that people viewed men and video games. Until this point, I think it's fair to say that gamers were largely associated with the basement-dwelling dorks who played World
shit.
of Warcraft from dawn until
World
dusk.
of Warcraft,
And whether
yeah,
that
like
view
true.
is true or
I
not,
think when we were younger, right? Generalize, yeah, about like gamers. So maybe that lady that listing gamers are red flag. She didn't see how games grow throughout the years and the genre expands. So again, being close-minded.
not, whether it's fair or not, that's what was portrayed predominantly in media, entertainment,
Yeah.
and by all the kids, all those boys that we went to high school with. I can actually testify to this because I fully remember my older brother sitting in the office all day playing WoW. Sometimes painting Warhammer. I think he still paints Warhammer. To be completely fair to my brother, because, you know, he will probably watch this video, he is in fact the reason why I like gaming at all. And I also remember sitting next to him.
My big bro didn't play WoW, but he played Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Kills game. So, yeah.
Watching him play Spyro, because little sister. Now that I'm thinking about it, I also remember his LAN parties with his nerd friends. So really love aging myself there. Anyway, this type of visual and this messaging has definitely been ingrained in a lot of us because it's also what we were exposed to in pop culture. And it's probably why a bunch of elder millennials and people who are older than elder millennials especially view gamers through this lens. Actually, hilariously, when I was researching for this video, I found out that the attractiveness of male gamers and how much they game is still being studied because I guess this is a stereotype that never dies. The second reason, and I think this is more
still
applicable
ongoing?
across the board, is it is unattractive to come home to your man sitting on his butt all day playing video games.
Yes.
On the weekends, gaming. All day, gaming. Every single weekend, gaming.
You can game, alright? Just don't do it like 24/7 like you have no life, guys. Do you have life? Be responsibility, alright? You can game.
Can't pull himself away for long enough to spend time with you or to be a father or
Be
a husband
reasonable.
or whatever. When it becomes an addiction that consumes you,
Yeah.
yes, that is a problem and that is unattractive. Primary criticism that I find online when it comes to men and video games.
When my husband and I first got married, he was addicted to video games. So if your spouse is addicted to video games or sports or anything, listen to this.
But the thing is, if your man or a man doesn't have a gaming addiction, then what precisely is unattractive about this interest? At least in my experience, the women that I have come into contact with or that I'm friends with or that are in my family and whatever don't really view a man's interest in video games as a good or bad thing. What's most
just
important
what
is
they're
how
enjoying
he
in
balances
life.
his gaming with his life
That's
and its
their
many
hobby.
obligations. For example, back in 2020,
Oh,
a
I know this
TikToker
lady.
called Alyssa Nguyen actually had to come out and clarify that her gamer husband did indeed
Yeah, I
take
think
care
she cooked Vietnamese dish, yeah. Sometimes I saw her short.
her and her kids after she began uploading compilations
Hey,
of her bringing
ooh,
him
so
his nightly
good.
dinners. She wrote, he does all his chores, daddy duties, and husband duties before getting on. One person even asked Nguyen if she was happy with the amount of time her husband gamed. Nguyen responded, it doesn't bother me at all. He plays a couple hours a night after he gets home from a long shift. And honestly, I think
Wife
this
material
comment
for real. Oh, she gained my respect more now. What? She cook, she respect her husband hobby, and supportive. Yeah, and of course her husband helps out with the chores as well, like maybe looking after the kids, all that. Nice.
crystallizes a broader point. A lot of people, not only men, use video games as a way to alleviate anxiety, to decompress, to de-stress after a long day or a long week or whatever the case may be. And I can actually personally relate to this, and I've actually said this in other videos, where I find nothing more enjoyable after a particularly stressful day than jumping into whatever game I'm playing and just like hacking monsters to death, because it's cathartic and it stops me from committing murder. That is a joke, Mr. FBI man. I am making a joke. Jokes aside, in addition to being cathartic, it is a good form of escapism. I watched one particular TikTok where a guy was describing escapism in video games as a bad thing, using it as an indicator of depression or a person who hates their life, and that very well might be the case sometimes. This just reiterates that men yearn for the mines. But again, why do people frown on this type of escapism, but not when it comes in the form of books or films or television shows?
True.
I genuinely feel like there's
care
such
drama.
an unfair double standard when it comes to gaming that isn't equally
a
applied
fantasy
to
too,
other
come on.
entertainment mediums. Yeah, I'm gonna need you all to stop that. In my opinion, the bottom line here is that gaming is, in fact, a legitimate hobby. And I will argue till I am blue in the face with whoever I need to argue with that many of us ladies would much rather a guy who games in moderation than one who is down at the bar or at the club every single weekend getting drunk. If you
True,
are a
come
man
on.
and you enjoy video games,
sucks.
that does not make you unattractive. And frankly, it can actually be a really nice opportunity for bonding with your spouse or girlfriend. And I say this as someone who freaking loves couch co-ops. Like, I recently
loves
played the
Space.
Untitled Goose Game, and it was unironically a lot of fun. I have to stay away from the platformers though, because I just let
Takes two
everyone
or
know.
something.
People who
Yeah.
make the claim that gaming is antisocial and will turn men into murder factories
Yeah.
genuinely don't seem to
so
understand the
dumb.
nature of gaming and how community-based and collaborative it often is these days. A lot of modern games have a ton of multiplayer features, and it allows you to do the teamwork. In a time where people are
not me,
super
I don't like
disconnected,
co-op,
the
but,
gaming world is actually pretty great at helping people make friends and create communities. I'll say as well that there are apparently a bunch of other measurable benefits to playing games, like improvements to cognitive functioning, problem solving, impulse control, and so on and so forth, but I don't want to get
Playing
into it, so-
games, usually games, right? They have this like puzzles, so you're gonna exercise your brain cell, which is nice. And dialogue, story point, then you connect the dots. In the end, it's still exercising your brain, unless you play gacha game. Alright, I'm throwing shade, but gacha games still have plot and puzzles. But if you play gacha game just for like gamble a day, that's bad, guys. Okay.
I don't know, I guess I'll link some of these in the description and you can read them in your own time. There are definitely way more things to add about this specific topic, but the one that I want to leave you with, the last thought that I have here, is that I definitely think that there is an online trend where people can't stand to see men doing things that make them happy.
Men have video games and sports. What do women have?
I actually see this a lot.
Sorry,
Have-
what? Men have video games, so women have what? Women have nothing? Are you saying really? What? Why so close-minded?
Video games and sports. What do women have?
I actually see this a lot.
Are we
on
still
Twitter.
living in the past? Everything is open now, no? Like you can play games and sport too. What?
But with relation to women, where
Even
people
in Olympics, there's like female sports.
post a video of women just doing something
What's
fun
that
and
point?
silly and goofy and enjoying themselves, and then this onslaught of comments and responses are mad that the women are having fun. I see that a lot here with this issue, and I absolutely hate it when people do it to both of the sexes. Just
Yeah, it just opening,
people
like starting a
enjoy
war.
things. Personally, I'm really glad that gaming has become such a positive outlet for so many people. And as far as unattractive interests go, I think it's worth remembering that when it comes to hobbies and relationships, any hobby can become an obstacle, much in the same way that it can also be an asset. If you enjoy something or have a hobby or have a special interest that gets...
So yeah, so they have this argument like men playing games is not attracting. Then what about women that play games? Is the same? Is that it? Women can't play the game, Jin. That's why you disguise as VTuber. Oh yeah, sorry guys. Women doesn't play games. Women that play games are not real. So I'm actually a man. With beard, by the way, yes. Long beard. Yes. After leg, guys.
in between you and somebody
of
else,
course.
or it is an all-consuming thing that pushes everybody out of your life, well, yeah, I mean,
What the fuck
that's
do you
the
mean,
problem.
finally?
But if you can take an interest or a hobby or a thing that you
What?
love and share it with somebody else in an engaging way, or in a way for yourself that passes time but doesn't fill it, I think that's really positive. And honestly, I think that's really all any of us actually want.
Yeah.
In the end, if gaming is a thing that you can share with your wife or girlfriend, a thing that you can use to
You can even
decompress,
not only your wife or girlfriend. You know, in the end, if you're married, you know, you get married, you got children. You can bond with your children. You know, playing maybe like Nintendo games. It's cute family games. Is a positive thing. Why so negative about that?
or even something that has helped you build a really strong community with friendships and positive experiences, no woman in their
Guys,
right mind would consider
please.
that a problem. And
Family
if they
friendly
do,
game.
I think that says much more about that woman than the gamer himself.
Oh.
Now, on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder, check out Manukora using the link in the description. I unironically love this honey, so I'm really excited about
Honey?
the sponsorship, and I hope you guys love it as well if you decide to give it a crack. Now, I open the floor to all of
Wait,
you.
I just realized. Try honey. No, no, lady, no honey, please.
Will think. Is gaming, in fact, unattractive? Are you one of these ladies who just thinks, yuck, I'm not interested, I'm not about this is terrible? Are you a guy who thinks it's unattractive and terrible? Are you somebody who really likes gaming and likes to share that with your loved ones? Are you somebody who maybe is on the addiction side of things and you can see how bad
Gotcha, a dick. I'm looking at chat.
and damaging all of this can be? Do you think that the common
But, you know, if real talk, not only gacha game, of course, a lot of people addicted to gaming as well. Like, they got sucked in for like 3 hours and can't pull themselves out. Or maybe even wet themselves in the pants, on the pants, because, you know, they are addicted. Please, guys, don't be like that.
carry around gaming is fair? Is it unfair? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride.
Good video, very nice. I'm gonna subscribe. Thanks for, you know, like summarize the plot for me. In the end, yeah, guys, women around me, I don't think I've met any woman that be like, oh, gamers? Yeah, nah. Even girls themselves, I mean women themselves, to play like mobile games. So, don't take it too seriously, I guess. Just find a person that likes games just like you.